Would you let us know when the live stream's up? At 7 o'clock. Okay, the live stream is active, so I will call the meeting to order and welcome everyone to the December 6th Pennridge School District Board Reorganization meeting. This meeting is different in terms of agenda and purpose. This usually happens every other year after the election. There's a reorganization the first weekend in every December, but it's always unique every other year after the election because there is routinely also the swearing in of anyone who was elected. So I've asked our solicitor for this evening, Mr. Kevin Skogel, if he would just basically explain what the night's going to look like because it is different from any other school board meeting that you have most likely attended. So Mr. Skogel, if you would please, thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kevin Skogel. I'm with the Eckert Siemens Law Firm, and it's my distinct honor to be here tonight. As Dr. Bolton mentioned, tonight is a very special night for the district and for the board. This is the reorganization meeting, and a big part of tonight is the board forming or reforming, electing a new president and a new vice president, and also welcoming 5 new members. Those new members will have the opportunity to be sworn in before Judge Armitage. Thank you very much for being here. And their families will have an opportunity to take pictures and recognize them for what they're about to do. Serving on a school board is a very, very important part of any community. And these folks up here, sitting up here on the board, do make decisions for what's in the best interest of these kids and what's in the best interest of the school. And they do so willingly, and they even went through an election to do it. So it's it's a very important role, and we thank them very much for doing it. So what you'll see here tonight, as far as the structure goes, is the election of a temporary president. The purpose of the temporary president is to serve as kind of a procedural mechanism to allow for the election of a board president to take over the role for this upcoming year. Every year the reorg meeting happens, and we'll go through this same or similar process each year. So without further ado, I ask the board if there are any nominations for a temporary president.
Mr. Skogel? I'd like to nominate Bob Cormack to serve as the temporary president.
Second.
Are there any other motions for a temporary president? Hearing none, Mr. Cormack is elected to serve as temporary president as a matter of acclamation.
Congratulations, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. What I'd like to do right now would be to call up our new board members one at a time. Christine Tacky. One at a time, roll 5.
Turn the mic
Your phone. Yeah, I'll work around you. I'm going to turn this in until we get your voice.
Can everybody hear okay? Why don't, you know what, I can go, you can stand here and look at the outside. It's everybody's big night. Let's work with the camera angles. I'm Regina Armitage. I'm the district judge, everyone. It's an honor and a privilege to be out here tonight. My office is in New Britain Township. However, a lot of the municipalities in my district are also part of the Pennridge School District. So I'm thrilled to be here. I wore my Pennridge green. If it's hot enough, the sleeves will be tucked up. So I just wanted to let you all know I have it on. All right, so Christine. Please repeat after me. I, Christine Baticki,
I, Christine Baticki,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and I will discharge the duties
of my office with fidelity.
of my office with fidelity.
Congratulations, Christine.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, there we go. You want right on? Liz to the rescue. And the others. Here.
Thank you.
Okay, no.
And congratulations to Christine. Next on our list is Miss Jordan Bloomgren.
Jordan. Well, hello. Who's with you? She wants some. Okay. I, Jordan Blomgren,
I, Jordan Blomgren,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations. What,
You guys go over here. You guys want to go over here?
And here's Liz.
Hold on, my husband's literally walking through the door.
Oh, no, I wasn't waiting.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We got stuff to do.
We'll just start, we'll take it from the top.
My
You didn't
phone
miss a
to take a
thing.
picture of her oldest was looking at her so proud.
That's it.
Appreciate it. Jordan, congratulations.
Okay,
Next, Ricky Chapin, please. Ms. Chapin.
come on up, Ricky. And who's with you, Ricky?
My mom and my son.
Terrific. Okay. I, Ricky Chapin,
I, Ricky Chapin,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Here she comes. Are you on? All right.
Next on the list,
That's you.
just me.
You've done this before.
Yes, I have.
Okay. I, Bob Cormack,
I, Bob Cormack,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth.
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
I will discharge the duties of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. At this time, I'd like to bring Ron up.
There he is. Last but not least.
Picture. Thank you.
Here's my official promise for the evening. And last but not least.
Yes.
All right, I,
I,
Ron Burst,
I, Ron Ward,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
and I will discharge the duties of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations, Ron.
Thank you. That's it.
I don't know. All right, there we go. Everyone, I'd like to wish you a lovely holiday season, and I introduce your new school board. I'm proud of every one of you. I know after 2020, everybody was looking to get back to normalcy, and for a candidate on a ballot in 2021, it could have been good. It was not normal. So your perseverance, your diligence, it all paid off. I congratulate all of you. Take care.
Okay, at this point, would you please stand and let's salute the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I'm going to look for nominations.
No roll call.
Mr. Cormack, could we call the roll first, please?
I'm sorry about that, my mistake. Can we have roll call, please?
Mrs. Dennis Clemens? Ms. Batiki?
Here.
Mrs. Blomgren?
Here. Press the person.
A little face.
It's a-
Is it there? Yep, there it is. Oh.
Here. Mrs. Chaikin?
Here.
Mr. Cormack?
Here.
Mrs. Cohen?
Here.
Mr. Rice?
Here.
Mr. Russell?
Here.
And Mr. Wers?
Here.
I just wanted to announce that Mrs. Banis Clemens has a family event this evening, and she's not able to attend. And we're going to practice welcome Miss Batisky. Right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Batisky. Everyone say after me. Miss Batisky. There we go. All right, we're going to get it. All right, we got 4 years. We got it. All right.
Okay, we're going to skip the comments for the public comments for now. We are going to move in for asking for nominations for president to the board. Can I have a nomination, please?
I'd like to nominate Jen Cullen for president.
Are there any other nominations? If we're not hearing any, we'll move to a motion to accept.
Mr. Scodel, is there any reason to vote? Could you speak to?
I'll make a motion to accept. If needed, if that's needed.
We've had a motion, which was seconded, I believe.
I'll second.
The motion was seconded by Mr. Wertz. Is there any other motions for the position of president? Any other motions? Hearing none, Ms. Cullen is elected president by a matter of acclamation. Congratulations.
And I will move this to this side.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I look forward to getting to work and welcome new board members. It's going to be, a great 4 years. So thank you for serving, volunteering to serve. And so with that, we will move on to nominations for vice president to serve for a term of 1 year. I'd like nominations now.
I'd like to make a nomination, Dave Rice.
Mr. Rice, do you accept?
Yep.
Are there any other nominations?
We need a second.
We need a second.
Do we? Oh, I'm sorry.
Second.
I had
It's
asked
okay.
Mr. Miller.
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Wertz.
Okay. Are there any other nominations for vice president? Okay. Seeing none, I guess we can do another motion by or election by acclamation.
That's correct.
Okay. Thank you. Congratulations. Okay. All right, and then the next item on our agenda is the consent calendar. Excuse me one moment. I would make a motion to approve the consent calendar, items A and B.
I'll second it.
Okay. All right, seconded by Mr. Rice. All those in favor, say aye.
Can I, sorry, just one matter of logistics with this piece. The consent calendar, this is a unique meeting because we had a meeting at the end of November, and so the vast majority of the work that had been done in curriculum or any of the committees during November was voted on during then. The items that are on tonight are the minutes from that meeting, as well as a handful of personnel, either hirings or resignations or retirements that have happened in the last 2 weeks. And so it will be very appropriate for brand new board members who were not actually on the board during that couple weeks span to abstain from the vote. So that will be something that you're likely to see, and I just wanted to explain that since they were not board members during the time of any of these actions. I believe many, if not all of them, are going to choose to abstain this evening.
Thank you, Dr. Bolton.
Yep.
All right, so we have a motion and a second to approve the consent calendar. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And abstentions?
Aye. I'm going to abstain, Joe.
So 1, 2, Christine.
Abstain.
The 3 abstentions and, yeah, 5 yes, 3 abstentions, motion carries. Thank you. And that brings us back to public comment. So according to policy 903, public comment, which is limited to 3 minutes, should be directed to the presiding officer rather than individual board members, district employees, or members of the public. For confidentiality and privacy rights, specific comments regarding particular individuals must be communicated privately to the school board and superintendent via email at psdschoolboard@pennridge.org. And I will start with the list. I have Dave Strauss. I'm sorry if I'm not reading other. Just remember to state your name and municipality, please.
Good evening. I would first like to say my name is Dave Strauss from...
Mr. Strauss, one moment, please. We're going to turn on the microphone so people can hear you. Great, thank you.
Yes, my name is Dave Strauss, and I've been a resident of Percy for over 40 years. And put 2 kids through the Pennridge school system, and both of them have become school teachers. And I congratulate the BBCW people who have just been awarded to come in. And I look forward to a chance for the good and the same good that my daughters went through back then. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Strauss. And next we have Liz Deal.
Hi, Liz Deal, Sellersville. I didn't write anything, but from my heart, I just want to congratulate BBCCNW, all the candidates. I just am so grateful. I know all of you, you're all exceptional people. I put my kids out of school for different reasons I won't talk about, but I feel like this school board is just so amazing that I might be able to put them back. I feel my trust. I know that you guys work together with everybody, all opinions. You're not biased. You really, really care about the children, and I feel confident that my children can come back, and I'm grateful, and I give glory to God for every one of you. Thank you.
Robert Linden.
Is this public comment on agenda items or item 10?
Well, this can be public comment on things that are not on the agenda, so you're welcome to give your comment if you'd like.
Thank you. Robert Linden, West Rock Hill. I have a lot of senior peers and younger, and when I talk to them, I talk to my friends and neighbors and such, we bring up education. And there's a common message that comes from the community to all of you on the school board and working for the school district. And that is, this is a public school. It's owned by the taxpayers. It's not owned by those who work here or the board members. You just represent the taxpayers. And the common message is we'd like to see the curriculum and know what you're teaching. That is, of course, a new item, but there is a lot of effort or attention to that detail now. People do want to know what the school is teaching. So I'd like you to remember that in all your meetings and decisions. Thank you.
Okay, next, Paul Clymer.
Good evening, all. My name is Paul Clymer. I live in West Rock Hill Township. Dr. Bolton, members of the school board, two congratulations I want to offer this evening. One congratulation is Dr. Bolton. The North Middle School did a fabulous job for the Veterans Day program that was held this past November the 11th. Kudos to the course director, to the band director, to the principal, and to other staff members who were involved. And also to the students. They were fabulous. They were into the program. After the program, they were there to assist the veterans as we went to have a bite to eat. And the veterans could not speak highly enough of the students and the staff and the program itself. And the other congratulations is to the new members who are sitting on the Pennridge School Board. You have a wonderful opportunity to serve the community. And just kind of keep this in the back of your mind when you're there. And this is for the other re-elected school board members as well. We live in Pennsylvania. This is a wonderful, wonderful state. And it's a historic state. I'm a history buff, and I can tell you that when we talk about Philadelphia and the Declaration of Independence, and when we talk about Gettysburg and the great battles that were fought there to end slavery, to unite the North and the South, Valley Forge, that historic place here in Pennsylvania where the Union troops, where the Revolutionary troops under Washington suffered greatly, but had the fortitude to continue to fight the British so that we could finally achieve independence and liberty for this great state. So and William Penn, one of my favorite Pennsylvanians. We have Pennsbury right here in Bucks County. He was an awesome statesman, brought freedom and liberty to the New World, and it was here in Pennsylvania. So I just share those few comments and think about that when you're there dealing with education here in our great Commonwealth. Thank you. Godspeed to your efforts in the year 2022.
Next is Elizabeth Tomer.
Thank you. My name is Elizabeth Toma. I'm from East Rock Hill Township. Pennridge parent. I want to first start by welcoming the new school board members and thank you for your commitment to this position. I never thought I would need to be involved in school like this before or concerned about what was happening in school. I always thought that public school was good enough for me, it was good enough for my children, and I trusted what I thought. After seeing, hearing, and learning what agendas, ideologies, concepts, and everything else that's been pushed through the years, having my own children in school, it had seemed to become that was no longer the case. I could no longer blindly trust. This is why the new school board vote was so important. I voted for all of you out of the confidence and expectation that you would listen to our voices, that you would hear us, the parents, the students, and the community members, that you would understand that that you would understand what we want as a school district and not what government officials, activist groups, or even the unions want in regards to decisions for our students, teachers, and the community as a whole. With all of you as our elected representatives, you are now becoming our voice. It's our hope and goal that the Pennridge School District can and will stand apart, stand out, and stand above the grain of other school districts that are around. We want to thank you for your time in this journey, and we will be praying for everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Larry Cullen? Should be interesting. Did you prepare? Didn't run it by me.
Larry Conlon, Belltown Township. First of all, congratulations to all the new board members, and thank you for your service. And we know it's a very difficult experience to get here, and congratulations, well earned and well deserved. Congratulations to new board administration, vice president, and president of the board, and happy anniversary to the president of the board.
Oh, wow. Clever. All right, you got me. It's tomorrow on Pearl Harbor Day, speaking of history, but 25 years. Thank you, Mr. Cullen, for your comment. All right. And the last on the list is Heather Sinsel.
This is already on, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Good evening, Heather Sinsel, Hilltown Township. I'm here to bring awareness to a traumatic, disturbing, and frankly unacceptable event that occurred on November 22nd. My son, a 17-year-old transgender teen, left school and found an anti-transgender note on his vehicle in the school parking lot, written in pencil on loose leaf paper, stuck under his windshield wiper. As I've waded through the snide remarks for months now, pushing everyone against DEI and calls for statistics and data, I cringed knowing all that I know from students, actual current students, not just my son. This time I have the permission of my son to share. So for those of you looking for statistics and data, that's us. These events are not found in the newsletter, and I'm not even sure if they're recorded anywhere. Sadly, it was at the expense of my son's confidence and safety at Pennridge that I even have this story to share. Unfortunately, the school security cameras were not able to pick up on who did this, so it turned into a keeping my son safe going forward initiative, whereby I kept him home the next day and the school changed his parking spot to one that is monitored by cameras. I'm putting an official request in for more cameras so that all students and their properties are kept safe, but please know that the point of my time here tonight was simply to bring awareness that stuff goes on at Pennridge that no one knows about. And if we took the time to listen to students rather than guessing based on what parents think goes on here, we'd be far better off. I was a member of the original DEI committee. The bad name that that committee has taken on is appalling to me. It's situations like this one that brought like-minded, children-focused, kind parents and staff together to foster a healthier environment here. Did Pennridge drop the ball on how the committee perhaps should have been operated to be more like other committees? In my opinion, yes. We were in the middle of a pandemic and unprecedented times though, yes? Does that take 1 ounce of credibility away from the work and passion for which it began? Absolutely not. It's time we looked deeper at the needs of the children. The school day is filled with academics, yes, but these children are here 7+ hours per day and they're not robots. They also need care, concern, respect, safety. In previous discussions, the board has mentioned that the school should be a learning environment. How can he be learning in an environment where he doesn't feel safe? We must do better. I'm curious and anxious to see how the new board as a whole makes moves or not to keep our children safe. I'd like to personally thank Joe Gallo and Nick Schoonover for their help last week as I was a mom at home, praying for the safety of my son from the children at Pennridge. They quote, "Leave parenting to parents," keeps being pushed. I'll leave with you this quote from me. Parents of Pennridge, you must do better. Thanks.
Thank you. And that is the last person that is signed up for public comment. Which brings us to announcements. Our next school board meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, January 25th, 2022. With that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Second. All right, all those in favor? Thank you. Meeting adjourned. Okay.